In 9.5, we're going to talk about circles. So the first thing is the area, which is everything that's inside the circle. And that the formula for that is pi r squared. And r is 1/2 of the diameter. And I'll show you what that means. Say we have a circle, and we have the center of the circle, a line that goes from one side to the other through the center. That's the diameter, and 1/2 of that is the radius, which is r. So these are the things that you're going to need to use, and also pi, round it to be 3.14. Most of the questions are going to say to round to the nearest tenth. If it says to use an exact answer, just use the symbol pi. I think it actually tells you to type in pi, which is how you spell pi. It's the Greek letter. Okay, so that's how you find the area. And again, the area is everything that's inside the circle. If we want to find what's the perimeter, or everything around the circle, for circles it's called the circumference. And the formula is 2 times pi times r, or pi times d. Because remember that r is 1/2 of d. So if you're given r, just go 2 times pi times r. If you're given d, the diameter, use pi times d. So for some examples, let's say we have a circle where the diameter is 20, and we need to find the area. So again, we're going to use pi r squared, but since we're given the diameter, we need to remember that r equals 1/2 of d, so it's 1/2 of 20, which is 10. So our area, or our radius, is 10, so we're going to say pi times 10 squared, which is 100 pi, which equals 100 times 3.14, which equals 314. So that's how you'll do the area if you're given the diameter. If you're given the radius, it's easier. You just do pi times the number squared. Make sure you square that number, and then you multiply by 3.14. Okay, so let's say you're given some where you need to find the radius, and you're given that their circumference equals 31.4. So remember that circumference equals 2 pi r. So 31.4 equals 2 times pi times r. When you divide both sides by pi, which is 3.14, you're going to get that 10 equals 2r. Divide both sides by 2, and r equals 5. So again, use 3.14 for pi. Makes it easier. Next, let's say that you're given that you need to find the diameter, and that the area equals 113.04. So you're going to use pi r squared equals 113.04. Divide both sides by 3.14, and that you're going to get r squared equals 36. Multiply or divide these by 3.14, which is pi. And now you take the square root of both sides, so you get r equals 6. But we need to find the diameter, so we need to multiply this by 2. So the diameter equals 12. Now the next kind of question is you're going to be given basically two circles, one inside the other, and the radius of the inside is 7, and the radius for the entire one is 9. And you need to find the area of the shaded. Okay, so basically the big circle has radius of 9. Little circle has radius of 7. So what we're going to do is do pi r big squared minus pi r little squared, and find the answer to that. So we're going to say pi, and the radius of the big one is 9 squared minus pi times 7 squared. So this means 81 pi minus 49 pi, which is 32 times pi. 32 times 3.14 is 100.48. If it says to round to the nearest tenth, it'll be 100.5. So that's how you're going to do this one. Just do the radius of the big number, or big circle, minus the radius, or the area of the big circle, minus the area of the small circle. You're going to get something pi minus something pi, and then just subtract the two numbers and multiply that by 3.14, and I believe it says to round to the nearest tenth, so do that. And that is it for 9.5.